Hey! Hope you are doing well today. So, I'm going to do another children's lesson. So today, we're going to start off with an activity. So here's what you're going to do. I have this lion here. So what I want you to do is I want you to make your best lion sound. It could sound like this. Roar! I don't know if that sounded like a lion, but that's the best one I can do. So, hope you have fun doing this activity. So, for today's lesson, we're going to be talking about Daniel. But we have to back up just a little bit. At this time, during Daniel's time, there was two kingdoms, Israel and Judah. And they were called the Israelites. And the Israelites, they would worship God, and then there'd be times that they did not worship God. And so God allowed these two groups, the Assyrians and the Babylonians, to take them over. So they are now under them. Well, there's this king now for Babylon, and his name is King Darius. Now, Daniel was there, and he was one of the rulers. But King Darius liked Daniel. And he also thought that Daniel did a great job. So he put him over all of Babylon. And so there were these other rulers there, but they didn't like it. They didn't like that Daniel was going to be over all of Babylon, and Daniel was going to be their boss. So they were going to try to find some way to get Daniel in trouble. But they were having a hard time because Daniel didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong toward God or towards King Darius. And so they're trying to figure out, what are they going to do? And so they came up with a plan. They went to King Darius. And they said, King Darius, may you live forever. And so they told King Darius, they said, for 30 days, no one can worship God or any other gods except for you. And that's going to be a law. And King Darius said, that sounds great. Let's do that. Well, that was for 30 days. You're thinking, 30 days? How long is 30 days? Well, today is October 25th. And so we have 5 more days. And so 30 days can be a long time. So Daniel knew this law. But guess what? Daniel worshiped God. And these rulers knew that Daniel worshiped God. And so Daniel each day would open up this window at his house. And he would pray to God 3 times a day. And so why would Daniel pray 3 times a day? Because he wanted to be close to God. Well, also with this law, if someone was found worshiping another god, or like Daniel, the one true God, they would be thrown into the lion's den. And so Daniel was there praying, and they found him. these rulers found him praying to God. So they went to King Darius and told King Darius. And King Darius knew that he had to throw Daniel into the lion's den, but he didn't want to do that because he liked him. Well, so he gets Daniel and he takes him and he throws him into the lion's den. And when he did that, he said, "Daniel, may your God rescue you." And then they put the stone over. Well, the next day, Daniel was there in the lion's den, and King Darius didn't know what had happened to him. So King Darius comes to where the lion's den is, and he gets his servants to remove the stone, and he hollers down, "Daniel, did God rescue you?" And Daniel responds, "King Darius, may you live forever." And he said, "Yeah, there's an angel that came down and they shut the lions' mouths." And so King Darius got his servants and they got Daniel out of the lion's den. Well, you see, these leaders, they had tricked King Darius in making this law. So he got these rulers and he threw them into the lion's den. And so we see that King Darius, he realized that God had, saved Daniel, that he was with him, he protected him. And so when we read this story, we can know that God protected Daniel, that he was with him. And for us, God protects us. Now, you might be thinking, "Justin, you didn't open up your Bible to read it." Well, today I just told this story, and this story came from Daniel chapter 6. So if you want to, you can get with your family and you could read this story again. And just remember, just like God protected Daniel, he protects us and he's with us and he loves us so much. So you can get with your family, you can read this story, and you can talk about it. So hope you guys have a great day. I miss you all, and I love you all. And, oh yeah, I hope to see you soon. All right, so for today's lesson, we talked about Daniel and the lion's den. So for today's craft, you're going to be coloring Daniel and the lions that were in the lion's den, because we know that God protected Daniel. So I hope you have a great time doing this craft. You can print this off at TusculumBaptist.org.